Sure, we played with action figures growing up in the 70s and 80s, but we also play with Hot Wheel cars. Let's take a look at the ones that's worth a lot of money today. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with another video. Today we haven't really done much Hot Wheel stuff. I've looked at a few. I think I've done a few car videos, not much of them. But growing up, especially in the 70s, I had a lot of them growing up. My brother seemed to be really into them. We had a case. Here's the case right here. Let me show you the case right here we had. We had this case right here, and I saw it on eBay for $3,000. But it was full of cars, which we still had ours. But the cover was all falling off of it and everything. But this is the one we had. So it was mostly his cars, and I might have one or two in it. But then he got too old for them, and I started playing with them. So it was a lot of fun. I remember we had a police car. We had a Trans Am that like it was from Smokey and the Bandit. Some weird cars. We had cars that you could like fill up and put gas in. I've done a whole video of those. Not really put gas in, kind of like charge it. It looked like a gas pump. They were kind of cool. So there's a lot of cool cars. I can remember in the 80s seeing a car case that looked like a tire. And I used to want that stuff. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. But you know, then I got into those, remember those battery operated like 4x4? Oh, I can still smell them. You know what I'm talking about? There was like 4x4 trucks, and you put, oh God, why can I still smell that smell? I can still smell that smell. The battery were like engine burn or something. It was very weird. But today, what I did is I went to eBay and I looked up just Hot Wheel cars and recently sold, and we pulled the top 10 ones that went for the most money. Now, I didn't do the same cars over and over again. Some of these cars appear more than once. I know different people selling it, and I didn't do lots more than one car. I tried to keep it just to one car. And I'll be honest, I'm not a Hot Wheels guy or Matchbox. Remember that was a big war back then too. Matchbox, Hot Wheel, and then they bought each other. So I think they're both owned by Mattel or Mattel Hasbro. I can't remember right now. But anyway, I don't know a lot, so if I pronounce one of these cars' names wrong or they got the year a little bit off, let me know in the comments below, because like I said, this is kind of out of my normal tool shed, as most people say. So let's go through this right now. Let me get this ready. Okay, let's start with one out of the box right here. 1967 custom. Now that don't mean custom like you know you were looking for toys, you custom. I mean somebody made it. This is, you know, a custom Barracuda. I like the name of it. I think that's what Fred Sanford used to call on Esther, a Barracuda. This thing sold on eBay for $3,000. $3,000. You notice it has a red line around the tire. That's what Hot Wheels is called, red line, and they're worth a lot of money, especially if you get one that's original red line. Red line ran between 1968 and 1977. That's why I wish I still had all the cars my brother had, because I bet he had some red lines in there, but they were all beat up. We beat these cars up, so it's probably not worth much. But 1967 Barracuda, $3,000. Let's go to the next one right here. We've got this nice little pink car right here, 1968 Sugar Caddy. Pink. Look at this. Got a little engine on the outside right there. Looks really, really cool. That sold for $3,500. $3,500. Crazy. You thought the action figures went for a lot of money. These cards, they're going for a lot. And here's another one that's more newer, 2017, not really that old. And this is the 2017 Camaro 50th anniversary car right here. I don't know if it was hard to find. I don't know. This number 6 and number 8. I don't know if they were limited. Sorry, I don't have more information, but I do tell you what this thing sold for. $3,550. I hope they got free shipping on that. I didn't look for that much. I hope they got free shipping. So let's go to the next one right here. Look at this weird looking thing. Makes you want to lick something long and hard. And this is from 2018, 1955 Chevy Bel Air Gasser Candy Cane Wonderland. Look at this, a little glass case and everything. This thing, it's not really the most pretty car, to be honest. All the cars, if I was I wouldn't buy cars, I wouldn't care about this one. It looks kind of silly. And it sold for $3,900. Woo! That would have bought yourself a lot of candy canes, that's for sure. Let's look at another one from the movie Fast and the Furious. Everybody, I've never seen any of them, and I don't like anything I would be into, but maybe you do like it. The car came out in 2023, but it's based on a 1995 Eclipse. I had an Eclipse. It wasn't green, didn't look anything like that. I did have an Eclipse. I think sometime in the mid 90s or something I had an Eclipse. Whew, I didn't get this much for mine. This thing recently sold on eBay, $4,000. $4,000 for a Hot Wheel car, number 1, a number 10. So I don't know what's a little different about this, because I saw another one that sold for $25, and to me, I looked at the picture and it looked just the same. So maybe if you know cars, I'll let you know. Check out this one here. Half of the card is missing. Half of the card is cut off. You know, I've seen Star Wars figures like this where parents could wrap them up better for Christmas. They would cut the cards. Whew. Well, here's a state police car. This is a 1974 Harvard Olds Police Cruiser, and the card is cut in half, and it's still sold for $4,025. $4,025. That is crazy. And like it says, it has a radar in the back. They were trying to brag about that radar, I guess, right there, wasn't they? And here's a funny looking car. Looks like somebody squashed it. Look at this, a 1971 Superfine turbine car. I don't know if this is based on anything real. If I saw somebody riding around in this thing, I would bet $100 it has a funny sounding horn, you know. I cut that out. I made a horn sound. It sounded horrible, so let's just move on here. This thing sold for, let me see, $4,250. Whew, that is a lot of money. And look at this. Now, this thing's badass, a car all by itself, and it's redline. And we talked about redline. If you drove to school in this thing, not the Hot Wheel car, you couldn't get inside of it. But if you had this back in the 70s, whoo, let's say there would have been some candy cane licking going on in that car. Okay, this is a Coupe Custom Camaro, 1968. I had a Camaro in high school, late 80s, though. This is a Coupe Custom Camaro, 1968, sold for $5,000. $5,000, oh my God. That's crazy. That's crazy. Whew. Well, let's look at another one here, and it's green. Check this out, from the 70s. I couldn't really get a real year on this. Somewhere it looks like the 70s, and what I read says the 70s here. This is a 70 Olds 442 mint, and it's in green, and it's sold for $5,200, $5,200 out there. That's crazy. Look at this, still in the package. Pretty good looking package, made by Mattel. And let's look at the most expensive single car I could find on eBay that recently sold. And it's not even that old. It's not a red line from the 70s. It's not even that old. It's from 2022, so be on the lookout for it. You might still find it at a store. This is a Mountain Driver Nissan Skyline. And can you believe it? Can you believe it? This thing sold for, go ahead, try to guess. The last one under this sold for a little over $5,000. So what is this, 6? He's thinking 6, maybe 7? No, $10,000. Oh my goodness. Oh. Whew. My parents' first house didn't cost that much. $10,000. What is going on here? Man, I need to start paying more attention to Hot Wheels, because that's some sweet cash. Well, let me know. Do you have any Hot Wheels? Do you collect Hot Wheels? Do you have any red lines growing up as a kid like I did? Let me know that. Let me know whatever else in the comments below. And until the next video, we'll talk again.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.